resources player Sibanye-Stillwater's share price fell over 16% today after it reported a half-year loss and halted dividends that has made it a darling of investors. Earlier, I spoke to Sibanye-Stillwater CEO Neal Froneman about this, Lonmin, and the issue of safety.
Well, I'm not sure that is the reason. We did do what you've just described, but we actually signalled that intent with our interim results in August. And we've made it very clear that we've made some very significant acquisitions. We've incurred a lot of debt, and the primary focus is to deleverage. So that should not have been a surprise. I think our results are complicated with all the capital raising and new acquisitions and some accounting adjustments to fit in with US definitions, and I think that creates confusion. But and it's very difficult to explain the results. I think we need a period of let's say no corporate activity, transparent results without adjustments, one-offs and so on, and the market will understand the value of our business. So we need to help them.
All right, and then how long will this arrangement go on for, whereby you don't actually issue a dividend, you issue shares?
Well, we said that we would do it definitely in 2017, and it's part of our vision of providing superior value to our shareholders. So it does return value, and we've stuck to a guidance of about a 6% dividend yield like we used to, but it's capitalization shares. We'd probably do it for one more year, being 2018, because we believe that our deleveraging would be sufficient by the end of 2018 to reinstate a cash dividend.
All right, so let's talk about those acquisitions then. We begin in the US. How are things going there?
Very well. We are more than happy with the operations. The palladium price has been strong, much stronger than we ever imagined. The operations have performed well, and of course with the strengthening rand, the dollar amount obviously is less now in rand. So it's been a very good acquisition, and we've inherited a good management team.
And the Trump effect? What's the Trump effect on your business there?
It's been good. Mining was not in the US was a difficult place to operate before Mr. Trump was elected president. Certainly from the point of view of being able to operate there, it is easier, but I think probably the biggest effect he's had is reducing the corporate tax rate, and that's had a swing in initial value to us of about $200 million. So that's very substantial.
So you must be pleased then that the finance minister here in South Africa didn't announce any adjustments to or any increase in corporate tax, but I imagine you think that at 28% we're still pretty high.
We are, but I think the budget was balanced. I think it's very important for business to step up to the plate, and in a balanced budget where there's not there's a balance of responsibilities of funding the budget. I think business can make the investments, and I think it was a great way to start this year.
So you've got your eyes on Lonmin. You've made your move there. I mean, where are we at this stage?
We're busy preparing the Competition Commission submissions. These are very difficult submissions that we have to make. There's a number of job losses involved, not because we're acquiring the company, because the company has to restructure whether we buy it or not, but of course these are very sensitive issues in South Africa at the moment, so they have to be properly addressed and understood. That submission should be ready probably within the next few weeks. It'll take, I imagine, probably 6 months for this portion of the regulatory approval to be approved. So it's probably only in the third quarter that I expect we will get approval, and then there's still shareholder approval that follows that, and we look to close by the end of the year.
You're going to need labor buy-in of the union leaders, especially if you're talking about potential job losses. I mean, you have Lonmin, we still remember Marikana to this day. Are you talking with the unions there, Joseph Matunja particularly?
Well, Lonmin certainly is. We at this stage find it difficult to, because it's known as jumping the gun. We're not allowed to interfere in the business. I think what is clear, or what needs to be made clear, whether we buy these assets or not, over the next 3 years, certain shafts come to the end of their life, and those job losses, nobody can save them. What we can do, and those job losses are 12,600. There's 32,000 employees at Lonmin. If we don't save this company, there's another 20,000 odd people that are at risk. And that's what we can do as Sibanye. We can step up. We obviously get the benefits of integration, but we can save 20,000 job losses. And that message, I think the unions will understand. Nobody likes job losses, not even ourselves, but that's the reality.
Accidents and fatalities there at Sibanye, not good for anyone, not good for families who lose, the lives of the loved ones, not good for shareholders either. What's your plan to improve this?
Well, I spent a lot of time on safety in this morning's results presentation. I think the first thing is I need to point out is that we have the best safety record, and I've only got 2017 as our most recent reporting period to refer to. We have the best safety record in terms of fatality frequency rate and serious injury frequency rate in the gold and PGM sectors. So we're not an unsafe company. That's the first point I need to make. No fatality is acceptable, and what is clear to me is we've reached a plateau in terms of being able to break through to zero harm for our employees. Now, it's also clear to us that most fatalities occur because people break, or employees break procedures, they don't obey the rules, and it appears that we have a behavioral issue that we need to address. Now, most of our employees are unionized, so to just leave it to management to solve this problem is also not correct. So the suggestion that there's a need for a safety summit, unions are part of the solution, and they should stop standing on the sidelines throwing stones. We all have to get together and actually break through and improve our safety record.